Well, it is. It's actually 6:20. I just haven't changed the clock on my time because of daylight savings time. Again, another day of 12 hours at work. Last night, I worked 12 hours, came home, ate, bopped on a role play with one of my mentors, and then studied sales calls until 9 o'clock, brushed my teeth, played with my dogs, went to bed, all over again. Literally, I was only able to work from 6:30 to 9 at full firing all day, man. And I even reviewed some of the videos my editors sent me at work, so that wasn't even included in my hour and a half of whatever you call it. Man, stuff is so not, well, it is hard, but I don't want to say it in a whining way. It's difficult, and it's not for the meek, I'll tell you that. But one day, man, and I'm telling everyone, one day this will equate to something. I'm not going to be doing this, and I'm not just going to be putting myself on social media, YouTube, and then be like, one day, and then one day I just fall off the face of the earth because I was too lazy. No. I would die. I would rather die than have all of my vision, than have all of my drive, everything I've ever told people, the way I've made myself out to be, the reflection of the perspective of who I am. If I let that go to waste, I would rather die trying than to give up because I was lazy. Holy cow. A quote, and this is a good quote, man. It was something like, and I'm not going to say it exact, but it was something like, I would rather be booed and knocked out of a boxing ring than be one of the people booing. Well, what does that mean? In my own words, what that means, and what this quote does mean, is I would rather be booed and ridiculed for trying, right? I would rather be booed and ridiculed for failing in the ring than be one of the people that are sitting from the sidelines doing nothing with their lives, trying to become nothing, right? Than to be one of those people. I would rather get knocked out 1,000 times in the ring and have everyone around me booing than to be one of those people booing. Bro, that's all I have to say. If you're ridiculing someone for trying, not even ridiculing, if you even have a silent judge mindset, like, oh my God, what are they doing? You know, you need to grow up, you need to pull your pants up and realize what they're doing takes courage. Even if they fail, right? Even if what they're doing is cringy, embarrassing. You know, another quote, it's cringy till it works. And you can sit here and you can say, yeah, sure, you're just saying that. No, look at everyone, right? If someone was doing, for all I care, TikTok dances all day in the middle of class, I guarantee the first time they did it, you'd be like, what the hell are they doing? And now, what if that was Charli D'Amelio, right? Would you be laughing now? No, you wouldn't. So these people who are trying, man, it's out of your comfort zone. You know, the comfort zone of us nowadays, when we've been constantly shot at with social media, with junk food, everything is, we've been engineered in a way that suppresses and limits our potential and suppresses and limits our capacity to do hard work. If that's the norm, man, if the norm is doing nothing with your life, then you need to sit there and question yourself. If that's what you want to do with your life, I'm not going to judge, right? I'm not going to judge whatever people want to do. It's my life. If you don't want to improve yourself, if you honestly find joy in life by, just following the natural path and, retiring at 60, whatever, dude, do that. I'm not going to judge you for that. But don't you dare judge someone else who's trying to better their life from that. I know for me, and I hate talking about myself, because at the end of the day, who am I? What I want to do and I want to say, and I'm not saying this because, it's cliche and people are going to like my videos. No. I honestly want to help inspire people. Like, my opinion, and you can take my opinion with a grain of salt or you don't. I don't care one bit if you think I'm an idiot. But my opinion, and another thing, my opinion doesn't matter. I'm a stupid human. We're all stupid humans. We're all fallible, right? So you can choose to listen to me or not. But the common way we do life, right? We go to school, we get a job, start a family, and this is so cliche, but it's true. You hear the same stuff over and over again because it's true. And that's just not the way I want to live life. You see online, and I guarantee a lot of you, when you see this, you're like, oh, this is a scam. Oh, this is a scam. I want yourself to honestly look and reflect. And I'm going to tell you something. Some of these are a scam. But guess what? Even the people that portray something that isn't true, they're good at one thing and they still make money from it, and that's marketing. But this isn't a marketing talk. There are people out there, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds. Unless you guys are into content online, you probably never heard of this, but Creo AI. And I'll give you an example. Creo AI is a SaaS, and what SaaS is software as a service. I believe that's what it is. And it's just an AI thing where it gives you Minecraft gameplay, Reddit gameplay. I guarantee all of you have seen a Reddit story with the Minecraft background or the ASMR background. That's what it does for you. Or then you can write a prompt, and it's just a ChatGPT plugin, and you can write a prompt that's like, generate me this story. And the goal of this is to post it on social media and get views from it. Now, the kid who made this, he was 17, I think. He wasn't over 18, I know for a fact, but I don't think he was 16. I think he was 17. And he ended up selling this. This is just a wrapped ChatGPT. Anyone could have made this, but it took a lot of creativity and a lot of marketing and a lot of trend pushing to get this out there. And anyways, you know how much this kid sold it for? 30 million. 17-year-old kid made 30 million because of this, and I don't want to say gold rush, but because of this online wave, social media, AI, all of this stuff is real, right? There are people making more than you would make in your lifetime in a year and a half studying one of these skills. Now, back to the traditional life talk. If you can make what you'd make in your lifetime in a year and a half, in 2 years, if you just put in hard work, if you do something untraditional than what people do now, I think that's a no-brainer. If I can create a better life for myself, if I can create a better life for my family, where my parents don't have to work, where I can take them to all the dream places they want to go, where I can prioritize their health, right? In Canada, and I don't want to go off topic here, but you're waiting a year to get, a surgery that would better your life. If I could pay money to do that for my parents, I would do it in a drop of a hat. But it all starts with that money. It all starts with bettering that life. And so if you see someone posting videos online, and you think, what the hell are they doing? This is cringy. Maybe think, maybe their parents have a condition that they can't get a surgery for. And maybe they're trying to make money so they can get that surgery. Before you judge, right? Before you sit there with your conditioned brain to do things a certain way, ask yourself that. Right? It's really hard because that's what we do. We're programmed to judge. As soon as we see something that's unfamiliar to us, we instantly think, right? Okay, there's obviously something wrong with this. But before you do that, ask yourself something, right? And truly ask yourself, maybe his motives, maybe one day he didn't just pick up the camera and be like, I want to make videos online. Maybe he's done research. Maybe he knows the idea of what he's doing. Maybe he's trying to build something. Maybe he's trying to save his parents. Maybe he's trying to build a life for himself, for his parents. So before you judge, before you do that, just really, really ask yourself that. I guarantee if you were in that same situation, and there's been a time in your life, I guarantee, where you've tried to start something, where you've tried to do something out of the ordinary. And I bet you it felt super uncomfortable to put yourself out there to do whatever it is you did. I bet you're like, oh, what am I doing? You felt the people judging you, right? If you were in that situation and you had someone who came up to you and be like, you know what, I respect what you're doing, and I hope everything works out for you. I respect your vision, whatever. How would you feel? It's so easy to be one of the people in the crowd that boos, but it's the courage to be the person in the ring who would rather be booed than be the one booing. That's rare. And I'm not saying this just because I have this. There's people way more courageous than me, way more brave than me, way more disciplined than me. But I'm telling you, if you were that person in the ring, it's nice to have someone come up to your side and say, you know what, I respect what you're doing, man. So don't be the person that's booing. Honestly, consider it with an open mind. Maybe what these people are doing, you can support, especially if it's someone, your friend who you care about, whatever. I guarantee your support to them in a sea of people that boos will be not forgotten. I guarantee you that, and that's from experience. So that's my rant. I hope you guys and anyone who's watching this, I don't even care if nobody watches this. I'm on my way to work. It's better than doing anything else. I'm having that chance to build something for myself, right? If this video I post, right, this is a real raw video. If people honestly resonate with me, then that's wonderful. I really hope that, after I keep posting, I really hope that after I keep putting myself out there, that I honestly get a group of people that resonate with me. But that's it. Again, if you watch this video, I hope you got something out of this. Please don't be the person that boos. It's not only is it bad for the people who, are trying something, you don't want to be that person yourself anyways. But yeah, that's all. I hope you guys got value. At the end of the day, stay wise.